hate puppies.
It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
I got nothing. Damn, Stu, that was officially the most accurate quote. I got nothing.
Couldn't hear anything.
I was trying to cue you that it was go time for your big quote. We'll get it next time.
Missed the boat big time on that one.
That's a good quote. I don't want all that. So
Well, I already poured 3 other ones, so they can top off if they want.
thank you guys so much. Whatever. What are we doing? Welcome to
Nobody
the
cares. Is this the old atomic pumpkin?
This
Yes.
is the old atomic pumpkin. You
All
could
right.
just drink out of the bottle without wasting a. I see what you did there.
America.
So
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems. I almost forgot the entire intro there.
It tastes the same to me.
Does it? Let's see. Let's find out. We've got Ray here from Spirit Halloween. How are you, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, you guys?
You made it back for
Two
another
weeks
week.
in a row.
I
Absolutely.
like it.
Dedicated.
How's business treating you?
Business is good.
Been a crazy week for him.
Yeah.
What is Troy doing over there?
I was wondering that
Make it,
myself.
make it a trash can.
I don't think it tastes the same.
It does not.
Doesn't smell the
No?
same.
No,
It does
not.
It doesn't.
We're drinking
fuck you
last
guys.
year's Atomic Pumpkin.
Throwback.
Wait, Troy. Ely, can you smell it?
Well, you can't smell it in the can. That's why you can smell it worse in the cup. So I did smell it. It smells weird, but I wrote that off because I was drinking out of the can before.
Do you think?
Ray,
do
I
you think
would
it's
love
like
your
the?
opinion on this.
Do you think it's because the heat's gone because it's old?
Oh, it's a year old. It's not as spicy as it once was.
Oh yeah,
But I still think it's spicier than this year's version of Atomic Pumpkin.
What?
Are you insane?
No
Well,
way.
You are way off.
No.
Okay.
No.
This last year's version has no spice in it.
Right.
To me.
Wow.
I
Just-
agree with Brendan.
Just like my opinion, man.
You think this is
spicy?
spicier?
I do think it's spicier.
Wow.
Give it a
That's,
second,
that's
maybe.
how the
Let's see.
bar is way off.
The last one, it came later. This one, you can taste the spice right away.
I also don't think it dries my mouth in the same way that the new one did with like the cinnamon.
I agree with
There's
that.
a different level of cinnamon in it. So knowing what you guys scored them last time around that we had the Atomic Pumpkin, would this score higher or lower? You don't have to give it a score, but higher or lower.
I think it tastes the same, so the same.
I would say lower because to me this is not nearly as spicy or as dry, and I like the dry and the spicy.
Now keep in mind, these have been sitting for a year. They spent about 6 months right there, and then they went into a fridge.
Yeah.
Ray, what's your take?
I think I'm going to give it the same score. I think there's some
Okay.
good qualities on this one that the other one doesn't have, and there's some good qualities the other one had.
There you go.
But for a year-old beer,
You like that it's spicier?
it's pretty good. No, I like the, for a year-old beer. This is pretty good. The I like
well done,
not
Ray.
having spice.
Oh, you like the non-spicy version?
Yeah.
Now I just followed it with a swig of Michelob Ultra. Now there's a horrible beer.
Whoa.
Good thing we
I'm
have
just
a
saying,
keg
coming
of
out
it.
of that, it tastes
No, I hear you.
very odd. Very odd. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We're glad to have you
No
back
problem.
for another. Yeah, we got Ely here. We got Ray back. He made the commute in from Danville, Virginia.
Somehow we got all 5 of us back.
Right.
I don't know how we did it. I don't know how we did it.
Crazy.
It's so wild. Stu shut my door again.
Yeah, you did.
Just started heating up. Stu, you
Yep.
mind opening that door for me, man?
I'll be right back, Brendan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stu.
I keep opening the door,
Walk outside first, then close it.
and then it keeps shutting on me. Oh man!
Oh, that was
Brendan,
funny.
you mind turning the heater
Oh,
off?
drats.
We could turn it down. Wait, I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on anymore. I like the airflow. I like having a little flow. Call me crazy. Okay. Dude, speaking of, did you see that South Park COVID special?
I have not.
I
I've
have
heard
not, but
amazing
I've heard
things.
a lot of people.
Over the top. They touch on everything that's been happening for the last year,
Really?
and they touch on it in only how South Park can.
Good for them.
I will give you one spoiler. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. Watching Stan Marsh fuck a bat is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Dude, no.
Mickey Mouse is getting all high with Stan, and he's like, "You ever fucked a bat?"
Really?
And he's like, "Man, I'm not gonna fuck a bat. That's gross, Mickey." And then like next thing you know, he's like super high, and he's sitting in the back of the car, and he's like, "I'm telling you, they got great bats over here." And like, they go to the market.
So you're saying I'm going to bed an hour later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's watching him fuck. He's like, oh, and this poor bat squealing.
That bat had it coming.
Yeah, he did.
That's a new low for 5 minutes.
Is it China bet?
Yeah, he's like in a market in Wuhan.
Oh, really?
And he's,
Oh,
and
too
shit.
soon, Stan.
Mickey's like, you got to try it.
But in South Park fashion, is the bat actually Chinese too?
No, it's
No.
pretty disappointed in the situation that it's in. It's wild because they're trying to figure out how did the DNA jump from bats to humans.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, zoinks. They're like, it came from this market, and he's like, oh my god, that night with Mickey.
Yeah.
Like he
That is
remembers.
awesome.
Well,
There's-
they're saying that the South Park special got their highest rating in 7 years.
I
course it
believe
did.
it. I mean, it's
People
and
hate PC culture, man.
They touch on everything, making things COVID related. Fucking bats, like you. It's
Do you
over
believe
the
they're
top.
still going strong as they? I mean, it's crazy.
We've talked about that special where it shows their process. It's insane.
Yeah.
They go into a locked room at the beginning of the week and come out with an episode at the end every week.
I remember when that show came out, it was like 97, and I was working evening shift for a security company at VCU, and I would like take my lunch break at 10 o'clock. So I could, because there were no DVRs. Like if you missed the show, you missed the show. And
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah, you heard.
you did not want to miss the show. So I would come
No.
on at 3, and I'd get off at 11, but I would take my half-hour break at 10 so I could go back to my apartment and watch with my roommates, and then other neighbors who didn't even have cable would come down to my apartment, and we'd have a house full of people watching
That
South
sounds
Park
right.
because you couldn't. God help you if you missed it.
Yeah.
Well, it says they simulcasted it MTV, VH1, CMT, Paramount, and TV Land, and they added 2.2 million viewers to it for a total of 4 million viewers. The episode, like when the episode aired.
My
The most recent one,
Jesus.
That
which
that
is
pandemic
huge
one.
numbers, but like if you ever look up old school TV numbers, like the shittiest show on television would have like 20 million viewers, like because there was no options.
Well, they-
Yeah, you had
right?
three
You had
channels.
three
Right.
channels.
Exactly.
I mean, they're doing better numbers than NFL football is this year, or NBA.
Yeah, those are
Finals.
rookie
Well, the
numbers.
NBA Finals, right?
NBA Finals down 62%
It's crazy.
for Game 2, which blows my mind because NBA Finals are like the NBA's done it right. Like if there's anything
Yeah.
that out of all the sports, you can put an asterisk on all of them. I think not NBA. They didn't have
In
a
what
single.
regard? Like, what's the asterisk everybody's getting?
Well, because like baseball was a shortened season, right?
Oh, I see you. Okay.
And then they had games that were affected where like teams couldn't play or they lost players and those guys couldn't play. NBA didn't have a single positive the entire time. So like, and they had a season going
Or
in.
they didn't tell you about it.
Whatever they did was brilliant.
It just
Like-
said that Matt and Trey are the number one scripted telecast for 2020 as of now.
Wow.
There you
Number one.
go.
Like, that's ridiculous.
They're doing it right.
They're kicking
Coming
ass.
in first place with the debate in second place.
Right.
Yeah,
Same content.
exactly.
I don't think that one was scripted.
Right.
I don't
Totally
think
off the cuff.
Yeah, that did not go the way they scripted it. I could see Mike Wallace writing it up. Here I yell.
Or Chris.
Here they cut me off. Or any Wallace.
His brother.
Any of the Wallaces.
Right.
So is it
Rusty.
Is it too late? For,
Let Rusty Wallace moderate the next debate.
All I
Please.
know is I turned the debate on and I started watching it, and they were like, "The audience is going to be silent." There's gonna,
I know.
And then they're going to do 2 minutes to talk, and I was like, "They've got this figured out." 8 minutes later, I'm like, "Get this shit off my television!"
Yeah.
It
They do
is
not have this
literally
figured
people
out.
just screaming at each other over top of each other.
Right.
I can't even. My ADD, like whatever I have, I can't hear and or decipher all those two guys talking over each other.
I
So I was
know.
like, I'm out. I'm done.
Right.
So whatever your political affiliation is, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But I will tell you that Spirit Halloween has chosen
Okay.
Uh-oh.
the president for the last 4 elections.
Based on sales.
Ooh,
Based
I like
on,
this.
Based on
mask,
sales.
mass sales. We have the Spirit Halloween mask index.
So you
All
sell.
right.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah,
So you sell both. I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
you had a whole Trump section
Sure.
when I was in there.
Well, they have Biden as well.
Yeah, we do have some Biden, and the last election,
Dude,
Hillary
I
Clinton.
love this. I
You know,
love this.
Hillary Clinton, we thought for sure because she spiked, but Trump came in at the end
No way.
On
and,
sale.
and-
Yes.
on sales, and we sold more Trump masks.
All right, give me
No
some
way.
intel. Which
Well, so-
way we
That
leaning
kills
right
me.
But
now?
this is early on.
It's so
like,
early, like we talked about in the last episode. It's like a crapshoot right now.
yeah.
But see, that's
Is it
odd
November,
because
November 4th?
What's
Yeah.
currently
But
in
the problem
lead?
Trump.
is
Trump's currently in the lead.
Yeah, because we just got our Biden mask because it takes a little while to
Well,
get.
Trump's
to
more of a
find-
character than
Oh,
a
yeah,
Biden.
but
absolutely.
that's kind of my point. The metric
Yeah.
doesn't really make sense because you don't know if they're buying it because they think it's funny. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to like the person, right?
Yeah, are you buying it?
Yeah, but what? So tell me, like last year. I mean, like the last election. Why did we buy Trump?
Yeah.
I
Or
think
why
it's-
did anybody buy Hillary?
Why did they buy Hillary?
Why would you buy? Personally, I wouldn't buy any of it.
But
It's
if I'm gonna
silly.
go
And
with a
so,
Halloween
and right,
costume.
Obama. We didn't think Obama was going to win, but his mask came through and just crushed.
So if
That's
you're
Interesting.
voting, let's just say you're voting, if you're voting Democratic, are you going to go put on a Trump costume?
100%.
Yeah, so you know
Because
what's
you think
funny
it's
is
funny.
I
I
actually
know it's funny, but I don't know if that's actually what the majority of people think.
Yeah, I'm with Stu because I don't know. Like, whoever I'm voting for, I wouldn't like. I see people do this all the time. Like they do it with personalized tags. They'll be like a Dallas fan, and they'll be like "skin suck" on their license plate. I'm like, you do realize you're riding around with skins on your license plate all day long,
which
like,
is offensive.
Well, of course now the Washington football team sucks. Whatever.
Yeah, can you imagine it just says football team on your plates?
Who are you rooting for?
I would love to see that.
But to Stu's point, like if I'm a Democrat, I'm not going to wear a Trump costume. If I'm a Republican, I'm not going to wear a Biden costume. To me, it's weird. I don't understand.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't agree
walked-
with that. I totally disagree with that.
I walked around the other night, no joke, practicing duck face and doing Trump because I was contemplating
Being Trump.
doing Trump. So, and I'm not.
Listen, we have no idea why it's like that, but
Yeah.
we started tracking it, and then after Obama won, we thought, okay, this is interesting.
could
And
be
then,
onto something.
Then last year when Trump won, we had to look at the numbers, and all of a sudden it was like,
How far
Shit.
back does it go? Like
98?
Clinton?
Did you
oh yeah,
say-
Clinton.
So Clinton's when
Oh
it
yeah,
first started.
Clinton
That's
was our
awesome.
first.
Which Clinton would be the one because I'm looking for a blowy.
Right. Can you imagine how many blue dresses we would have sold?
Oh my
Yeah.
You would
god!
have killed it
my
with a
God.
little stain on it.
Right.
Oh
Oh.
my god,
White spot.
that is a money maker, man.
I got to return this or something all over it.
Exactly.
Fucking Karen.
Yeah. I want to talk to your operations manager.
Oh my god, I want Ray back every week.
Yeah, me
I
too.
still don't understand. It's such a weird metric. I mean, it's amazing. I believe in it. So let me know come November 2nd, maybe. who you think
we need a hot
take.
Yeah.
Will you send an email into Inside
yeah.
the Pout House or
Yeah,
hit up?
because
hit up Joy and-
November 2nd will be Monday. The
Third.
Oh yeah.
The 3rd is election day.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can help you guys out.
Nice.
You should make that metric public. Just watch like people could just see.
No,
the
you
sales.
guys have done
No,
so well.
we
Yeah,
gotta be
stay out
secretive
of that.
now.
Yeah,
we're gonna stay out of
you
that.
will
Stay
get
out of that,
roasted. Karen will find you.
Right.
You've done such a good
Somebody's
job
gonna-
of raising money for
Right.
charity and doing the right thing. And
Why ruin all that?
Somebody will come in and buy all the fucking masks, and that'll
Yeah.
be it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Which wouldn't mind. I wouldn't care. Buy them
How
all.
great
Come
would
by
that
everything.
Buy them all.
like at the last minute they show up, buy all your Biden masks.
Right.
You're like,
Right.
we got
Raise her to show up and be like,
gangbusters day.
for the first time ever, we were wrong. Great.
Yeah.
So how? Speaking of sales, like you guys obviously ramp up continuously to Halloween. What percentage of your inventory are you selling after Halloween?
Well, we try to have like a 65% sell through for like in the stores, right? So,
Is that -5 for Troy?
He's
What?
saying you're asking
That
the
was
same
like-
question.
What question?
Good
Who
question.
asked the question?
Stu was saying you asked the same question.
no,
That he asked?
I assume that's what he's getting at.
I have no idea what Stu's talking about. Was this
Me
question
either.
already asked?
Okay.
I don't think it was asked.
Okay.
It
I
was.
think
It was. I
It
asked
was?
you. I asked you. I said, so being that you have one more week after Halloween, typically, what percentage of your sales do you guys see?
Right.
And he started talking about linear.
Nobody listens to Steve.
Right.
That's the
Did he
problem.
say that? I really don't remember.
So
that.
I will say this, is that generally we only open like 2 or 3 days after Halloween. So we only have 3 days of sales if you want to come in and buy it.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
But it's half off. So if we try and do, I don't know, 10 or 15% more of our inventory.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure you got the yard sale hoppers that are knocking
they
on your
love
door
to
that
come
morning.
in.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely. They'll come in.
I can tell you right now, my wife, like all my kids' Halloween costumes, they're all from Target, and they're all after Halloween, and she breaks them
Brilliant.
out, and they have to like go through. They're like, oh yeah, last year we got this. Like that's what they get.
Yeah.
They always get the.
Not
cheap-
this year, though. This year they're going to Spirit Halloween.
This year they're going to change it up.
That's right.
For sure.
I will say that there are a lot of kids that now that they're not in school will wear costumes year round, which is great. So they'll come in during the Halloween and they'll just put on a costume and they'll march around in it.
I know my daughter's
pretty
running
cool.
around in like the Rey from Star Wars. She's like
Sure.
running around in that costume all the time right now with her lightsaber.
Always a hot seller. Anything
So-
Star Wars is a great.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you with people saying like, oh, I don't know if like the CDC just said don't go trick or treating.
Sure.
Do you anticipate that?
Boo.
Do you anticipate that may have a negative impact on sales, or are kids going to still?
Oh, I think parents are going to get their kids out.
I think
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
I
they're going
know-
to find some way, whether it's in a neighborhood or whether it's with
In a bubble.
closed group or in a
Well, so-
church or somewhere. Kids are going to go out.
my
We're
wife
gonna
has
have
already. My wife has come up with like there's like a neighborhood group of.
She's got thermal scanners for all the people
women.
that get candy. from-
Yes, exactly right.
Your kids
No,
gonna
so-
be marching down the street yelling
Yeah.
BLM, BLM.
That's a long story, but yes, my kids are literally doing that as we speak. Well, not as we speak. That would be awkward. It's very late.
Yeah.
But yes, that's a whole other story. We never told that story. on
No,
the
we
podcast.
did. I thought we did.
We never did.
I thought we did.
We'll get there.
About to.
But we're doing it. We're changing up because my wife's like, I don't know, I want to do the trick or treating thing, and I'm like, well, they have to do Halloween. It's like I'm not going to not let them do Halloween. They got to have the experience.
God bless you.
So they're doing a like a little party where they're putting up piñatas all over full of candy, but all the kids have to dress up, and like it's still a big deal about dressing up and getting the candy and doing. They're just not going door to door, which sucks because I like to carry a bunch of beer in a
Hell
wagon
yeah.
Sure.
and walk around the neighborhood. And
So
that's
you're
just,
churching up this half-ass thing that you're doing is what you're telling me?
oh, I don't have any say in anything that happens in this house.
Yeah, but no, it's really good. They still get to dress up so they get the whole thing. They get
No,
the
I
experience.
said the good thing is carrying the wagon of beer and going around
Yeah.
the neighborhood. I'm getting gypped. I'm going to end up, but I'm still going to dress up. I do the same thing. I dress up. The kids are dressing up, so I was glad to see that was still happening. And so I thought that was a good sign for Spirit in general, that even the people who are like, no, we're not going to go trick-or-treating,
Sure.
are like, you're getting your costume. We're doing the whole thing. So they're still embracing Halloween, just albeit differently.
Right.
So the costumes are still being sold.
Yeah, absolutely. Costumes are still being sold. Decorations are still being done.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, Halloween is this one time a year where you get to be somebody different.
Yeah.
You know, you get to, forget about all the shit that we are dealing
Yeah.
with. You know,
Are
That's
you
awesome.
Are you
So-
have you guys placed orders for the like COVID masks that are Halloween masks? Like I've seen starting to see online.
yeah. So we have some masks that we sell at our impulse station. So when you walk through the line, we have masks there that are Halloween. If like a guy like Troy who just wants to put beers in his back pocket and
Yeah.
a glow stick, he can put on a regular like Halloween like
I like
COVID
it.
mask.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Are those big sellers thus far? Or?
Sure. I mean, it's yes. I mean, right now, do we really know what's going to sell? Like I said, 10%.
Yeah.
Like 70% of our business happens in the last 7 days.
But early indications.
Early
are people are
indications say
picking
that
them
people
up.
are going to look for those kind of things right now.
Honestly, if I went in there and I was buying something totally different, and I saw like a cool Halloween themed COVID mask, I'd probably pick it up because I'm
Sure,
guessing
sure.
they're like $5
yeah,
to
they're
$7.
Pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they meet the the CDC criteria for you
Yeah.
to go to Walmart in or wherever you're going. So
Unless you wear it like a chin diaper. Another South Park joke. You guys got to see that South Park special. They're like, "Where's your chin diaper?"
Under the chin.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're like, "Put on your chin diaper. You can't come in here." It's pretty good.
Ely, have you seen these where they're promoting for Halloween the zoo feeders? like the PVC tube that goes from the top of your steps to the bottom of the steps. You just stick the candy in, it fits, it shoots it out for the kids.
Like to feed the gerbils.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, you can go online and get this, so you don't have to.
So I have not seen that, but a neighbor of mine's gonna do that at his house. Yeah, he has all the inflatables. He's got a 12-foot skeleton. Like, he's big into Halloween, and his yard's on a hill, and he's gonna. I don't know if it's going to go to the bottom of the steps or if it's going to go all the way up, 100 feet out to the street.
It's going to get clogged with Snickers.
But he's gonna put a PVC pipe and do the whole thing.
70 feet of PVC.
Yeah.
Isn't this how they sell crack in the inner city?
Right.
Like, you just
Through
have
PVC pipes?
Yeah, you have a tube sticking
don't know.
out somewhere in the alley, and you can't
Is that how you
prove
know?
where it came from.
Like third-person selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's third-person selling.
So
Like, why not
speak
just
easy of crack?
grab a handful and drop it in the kid's bag? Isn't that how you're supposed to do it?
Of crack?
What else were we talking about?
Yeah, okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
We got to go back there. They got full-size crack.
Full crack rocks. Change your costume. We're going back.
Right.
Hit Spirit up real quick.
I don't even have to change my costume. I'm losing teeth.
You look just like the other kid with less teeth.
Shit.
This went off the rails.
Quickly.
Man, it happens. It happens. But so the COVID masks, you do have them.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Absolutely.
Because now I'm thinking if I want to do that Uncle Bobby, I need like a
Then
COVID
you
mask
have
with
them.
like some weird something on it. Or is it mostly just like patterns that people are buying?
There's
I know
some
it's
patterns,
early.
but there's some like mouths on there and some mustaches if you want. Or
I'd like to get a
Yeah.
mustache with like a cigar or something. I don't know if there's
hobo
exists.
style?
Yeah.
I like the way he called it. I don't know if you caught it, but he said the impulse station.
Oh, it's definitely an impulse buy.
Yeah.
I never thought
Yeah.
to myself, "Oh my God, it's a pandemic! I need to go to Spirit Halloween." And
Oh,
get
everything
my M95.
in everything in every checkout corridor is an impulse.
Oh,
station.
absolutely.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
us, right?
You're like,
We're catching it at the
Candy.
end.
yeah, like I need a 4-pack of Reese's peanut butter cups. Of course, like
Yeah.
I didn't pick them up when I walked past them out in the store, but I'm gonna grab them now.
Well, it seemed
Right.
frivolous in the aisle.
yeah.
But here
Right.
in real time,
When they're shaped as pumpkins, you must have
We're in.
ooh.
For sure.
Now you guys don't sell candy, right?
We have some candy. Last year we did this thing called Wrap Snacks. Have you ever seen the Wrap Snack? Oh, man.
They're the chips?
The chips.
The,
Oh,
chip- the
yeah.
chips from the
Yeah.
wrappers.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, what are they?
Those
'Cause
were
I'm
money.
I'm glad that
confused.
you
It sounds
sold
awesome.
them.
Money.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different. Like rappers or rap groups will then sponsor a chip.
Oh
and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
on the
yeah.
bag.
I've seen those in my travels. I see them.
Like truck
Out-
stops.
Yes, I was gonna say out in the middle of the country,
Yeah.
and these mom and pop, convenience stores. They have all of them.
Oh, yeah. So we had Wrap Snacks were our big seller last year towards the end of the season. We were going to try and get
rapper themed potato chips.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Cardi
Here's
B
Cardi
over
B.
there?
Cardi B's. Cardi B's.
Cheddar
Cheddar
Barbecue.
barbecue with some
I
whap on the
pegged her
side.
for that.
They were fucking yummy.
Better get
Yeah.
a bucket at a
Yeah,
mop.
bet.
I wish we had the cool ass pumpkin carving kits that they have
Who?
I know a
when
guy.
we were kids.
Oh yeah, we didn't have that. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
didn't have any of that. It was
yeah,
like
no.
your dad's using a butter knife and shit, trying to make the
Dude,
pumpkin happen. Now
so-
they got all the intricate saws and shit, and the
And you can put the little the thing on
The
there.
stencil,
and,
the
like,
yeah,
it shows
template,
you
the
stencil
how
on
to
template
it,
do
on
yeah.
there, and you poke the holes.
So every October, my dad took me and my brother and sister up to a campground up in outside of Charlottesville. Used to be a Jellystone, now it's called Misty Mountain. And they in the whole month of October they would do Halloween themed things, and we'd dress up and go trick or treat and do pumpkin carvings. And we're up there one Halloween. I was a kid. It was actually, I think it was 1989. Was that the year of the earthquake?
Sure.
During the
World Series?
the World Series,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
Yeah.
was.
It was
Yeah.
that year.
How do you guys remember that? That is mind blowing to me.
So we're
I
up.
just know it was after the Olympics.
So-
it was the next.
So we're up there, and they're doing their party, their Halloween party, and my dad's carving a pumpkin, and he's got his little pocket knife, and he's cutting across a pumpkin, and it slips out, and he just jabs himself in the wrist with his pocket knife.
Earthquake, man. It'll get you.
And then he's like, all right. He jumps in the truck. He's like, all right, kids, we got to go. He drives himself to the nearest doctor's office, hospital, whatever, because he's
was it a
stabbed
deep
himself.
cut?
Yeah, he literally stabbed his pocket knife into his wrist.
Oh, it's not great.
It wasn't like wasn't a flesh wound. He stabbed the tip of it.
Yeah, like
deep
it's
into
in
his
him.
wrist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to go get taken care of, and I'm like sitting in the hospital waiting room watching the 19-inch color TV in the corner because it's 1989, and the earthquake happened while I was watching the World Series during that
in San Francisco.
And
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
now it's like, to Ely's point, it's like, oh, I got the stencil and I got the little blunt fucking tooth thing, but I could carve an amazing fucking thing.
Detail.
He's cutting triangles and shit.
That's
like,
it. Yeah. There's your pumpkin boy.
Almost kills himself just carving a triangle out of a fucking pumpkin.
Right.
So are you guys? Because I'm a big fan of pumpkin seeds, roasted pumpkin seeds, doing garlic, salt, pepper,
Yeah,
whatever.
those are great.
I love this time of year for that stuff. Are you guys pumpkin?
Well,
seeds?
I was
there
going
a
to say, is there a
question?
I
question?
was. Are you a pumpkin,
Negative
do you
5
like-
points to.
Do you like pumpkin seeds?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife does pumpkin every night. We carve pumpkins. She always does the big tray of pumpkin.
You carve
seeds.
pumpkins every night?
every night.
Wow.
Gee.
Every
That's
night.
a busy October.
Yeah.
Oh no, 365. It's just what we do.
We're dedicated to the cause.
Right.
Kids, brush your teeth, carve your pumpkin. You got a big day tomorrow.
But Dad,
Just
it's hot outside.
Carve your pumpkin. You don't want to look like a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Ray, tell us about Spirit of Halloween.
Stu, that's not a good lead.
Great question.
That's
Great
not
question.
a good lead in at all. Oh God.
So Ray
right,
brought
so-
us some Blantons.
I did. I got you guys
Dude.
some Blantons. So let me. So, it's
You know you can't find Blantons.
yeah.
This is extremely difficult to find.
Yeah, so one of the benefits of my job is I get to travel around the great state of Virginia, find some great breweries, some ABC stores, some hidden gems, and I ran across this ABC store in the middle of Southwest Virginia, and
It just had all the good
they
stuff.
had all the
Eagle
good stuff.
Rare.
Oh my god!
Like
Yeah, so they
Blanton.
had 3 bottles of this small Blanton's, and I picked up a couple bottles, and I wanted to share it with you guys.
Are you a bourbon?
I'm gonna.
Oh, I love bourbon. Love
I'm
bourbon.
gonna. If you don't mind, I'm gonna have a nip.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure. So how do you
Hell
like
yeah.
your bourbon?
So I drink it neat.
Okay.
But, over ice is okay. Smoke my glass or whatever. I'm a more
Ooh.
I drink. I'm like everyday drink. I'm an everyday drinker for bourbon.
I'm an everyday drinker as well.
Right. So,
Well, I'm gonna go grab a piece of ice out of the cooler there
All right, we'll go grab.
because I like a little.
I'll
yeah,
take. I'll take a piece.
Little,
I'll
little
take a
piece
piece.
of ice.
so Blanton's is really smooth and it's nice. Everybody says, like the Blanton's, if it didn't have a fancy cap, nobody would really like it.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
No.
so do you,
There's some bourbon snobs in Richmond.
Well, everywhere, but yes, in Richmond for sure.
do you have a preferred one?
Do I have a preferred bourbon? There is I like New Riff, which is you can't get in Virginia. You have to. It's like Kentucky, Ohio. New Riff is pretty good. But if I'll drink every day, it'll be like Angel's Envy or Blanton's every day.
Thanks,
So-
Troy. No one wants to pour someone.
I don't
want
wanna pour-
I
I don't
understand. 'cause
wanna-
you don't know how
I don't
much
know what
you're
you
gonna
want.
I understand. That was a
I was
fair
trying to help you out.
Oh, thank
You
you.
can use the same cup or you can
Thank
use
you,
a new
thank you.
cup if you want.
No, it's got
Ultra
that
and
has
bourbon.
beer, right?
Oh, I
and
have
pumpkin
Ultra on
spice.
this.
Yeah, pumpkin spice Blanton's.
I mix them out
It's
with
not
Ultra.
a good deal.
No, I have a guy in my neighborhood who loves bourbon, and per all the bourbon people, they say you have to drink it neat.
Yeah,
That's-
I mean, you could listen. You can do whatever the hell you want. Right?
Exactly.
It's
Yeah, I
you know,
hate that shit.
Right?
When you're going to tell me how to drink, I remember I went to.
But
a,
I have had good bourbon neat that tastes fine. Like it doesn't.
No, and it's there's always like going to be times, but
Yeah.
I think like what you like is what you like, and when people start getting all like overly critical
Preachy.
of how you drink it, it's frustrating.
Sure.
And I fortunately I learned that in the Napa Valley. I was down there one time. We walk into this like really high end winery, and like you've got the person who's like serving you the wine,
Yeah.
and they're giving you all the ins and outs. They're talking about the terroir and the land here did this, and then she just stopped and she goes, "But don't overthink it.
right.
It's fucking grape juice."
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I like where you're going with this. And she goes, "You either like our grape juice or you don't like our grape juice.
Yeah.
You either like our cab or you don't like our cab. It's all irrelevant. She goes, everybody overthinks it. It's gotten way too bougie and way too critical. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And all of a sudden, I just adopted that. I was like, that makes perfect sense to me. This is just grape juice that's been aged for a long time. Now they have to say something good about it.
I'm shocked that you needed him to tell you that.
Right. So do
It
you
was
guys,
just in that moment, when you're in like a
Yes,
preachy kind
I'm
of
with
place
you.
and you hear somebody like tear down the fourth wall, and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
You're expecting the hard sell.
I walk in
Yeah.
with no fourth wall.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my curse in life.
yeah, but I was
so
like,
Troy, hand me the topper. So you guys, the Blanton's toppers have a letter. I don't know if you guys, if you know this
I,
or not.
I do
don't.
not know this.
So the Blanton's toppers have a letter on it. If you turn it around, you see it under the horse. Under the horse,
Under the horse,
it's on the leg.
this one's a B. Just guessing.
I'm missing it.
I think
Oh,
it's
I
an-
see it. Yeah,
It's it's an N.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
I have a couple.
See it
N's.
right there?
I have a couple N's.
Okay.
That's why I give you guys that bottle.
now,
Are you trying
what
to
is the?
Spell the top.
Yeah, you spell Blanton's.
Oh,
The top.
So you get
No way.
that's the thing. So when you spell Blanton's, you're supposed to get like it's like this
High fives.
statue or like this like
That's
everybody's
really cool.
like this cool thing that you've done.
did not
You've
know
made
that.
it all the way through.
No,
every
I'm missing
letter.
an O.
You're missing an O.
Yeah, I've
Is it
got
like the Monopoly
14 or
game
15.
with
Oh yeah,
McDonald's where it's
yeah,
like the O's are the
McDonald's.
hardest
No
one to
O's.
find?
Right. Yeah, but there's nobody like secretly like selling them
Yeah.
off.
Did you ever watch?
I'm
Did you
sure
watch
there
Oh
is.
that?
yeah, yeah. That
Dude,
was fucking crazy, right?
McMillions
right?
was awesome.
right.
Yeah,
So
that-
you literally have Blanton's without the O.
Right, correct.
Oh, that's dirty.
So I'm just looking
Somebody
for
hook.
an O.
Somebody hook Ray up.
No. No,
Yeah.
I want to buy it.
He has to
I want
find
to
it.
find it. That's
Somebody
the-
let
that-
Ray know.
So is
where
that
you
why
can-
you
So
go
that's
in?
why. Oh,
Yeah, so
that's why he goes to all these
that's
liquor
why
stores.
I go to all the liquor
Yeah,
stores. I'm
brilliant.
trying to find trying to find my letter.
Is it only for the small single barrel?
No, you can-
Are you?
you
'Cause I
can-
know it's a bigger horse.
So there's a bigger. So there, it's the same topper for the bigger bottle too.
Okay,
Same
Right.
size and everything.
Yep, same
Okay.
size topper
So-
for the bigger bottle.
doesn't matter. Huh?
It's a
That's
cool
a neat
topper.
I
fact.
did not know that.
Yeah, and so they each have like it's the horse running.
Yeah.
So when you see them all logged, yeah, if you look up the Blanton's toppers, there'll be this big kind of thing.
Yeah, find out what you get. I want to know what the prize is. Now I might be all in on this. 'Cause
Is
I
there
don't
No,
is
know.
there
no,
actual
you don't
prize?
really get anything.
No, I think it's
You-
just props.
right. It's yeah. You
No,
get-
fuck
You
that.
don't
I
get
want a
anything.
Rolls Royce or something.
Yeah, that's you spend
That's Monopoly,
$300,
right?
You get a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, you get a Big Mac.
I think that sounds fair.
Oh, free large fries.
This is delicious, by the way.
Isn't
Yes,
that isn't
the
that
Blanton's-
exceptionally good?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, and it's so hard to find. When you walked in with it, I was like, "Who is this guy? I like this guy a lot."
I tell you, that's what they don't tell you about good liquor and cheap liquor. Like the good, if you really pay and buy good stuff, it is smooth. You can drink it without mixing it.
Well,
Like,
and
it's-
Bland's is not that expensive. I refuse to pay like $70 or $80 a bottle for any kind of booze. It's just stupid, right?
Yeah.
It
I mean,
just depends
however, we pay like $16 for 4 beers.
Yeah,
You
Oh,
say
yeah.
that now, but I have an unopened bottle of Blanton's over here with an O on it.
Oh, right.
Got a funny feeling you're about to pay about $200 for that bottle.
Yeah.
yeah. You're talking about 16.
I feel like he wants to find it in the wild, though. I don't think he would buy
Yeah.
it.
This is
I got-
pretty wild.
No, it's not.
I want to find it in the wild.
you said
Yeah.
$16 for 4 beers. Like you go to these breweries, like you're paying $8 a beer.
right?
Like it's
well, the
crazy.
4-packs, right? Like you go to these
Oh, yeah,
microbreweries
yeah.
and the 4-packs are.
It's like saying I'm trying to
Ridiculous.
hunt this bull moose, and you're like, "Oh, I've got one in a cage outside." You're like, "No, no, no."
I guess all right,
gotta
that's a
I gotta go
really
find
good
it out.
analogy.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. It would be a little disappointing to finally, like, your whole life you wanted to kill a bull moose.
Right.
It's in a
Except for the
cage.
people who go out and hunt those things in the safari things where you pay like a couple grand and you can just shoot it in a cage.
I got a buddy who was telling me about this hunt club that he goes to, and he's like, "It's great. They'll wound the animal and send it out." And I'm like,
What?
"That's
'Cause you
not a
suck at
fair
hunting?
fight." I
Yeah.
was like, "How is that awesome?"
Is this a hunt club for fucking retards?
He's like, basically, yeah. It's like, how
probably,
is that?
probably will have to be cut.
How is
Yeah.
that fun?
Likely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how is that
Yeah,
great?
like I'm not a hunter. I grew up around hunters. I get why people like hunting. I do not understand why anyone would want to hunt a wounded animal.
No.
Like that's
or
not
like
fun.
they starve the deer in a cage
Yeah.
for a week and then just put some feed over there and
Yeah.
they're like, just stand over here, it'll come.
yeah,
Like, that's not hunting.
we'll drop it off 100 yards away. It'll come to the feed station,
Right.
and you'll take it out.
For $20 extra, we'll chain it to the tree.
That's not hunting.
You mount the head and it's got the chain around it. You're like,
Yeah.
Your friends are like, why does it have a chain around the neck? Oh, that's in the wild. They just live like that.
Yeah.
I'd wear that chain. Respect. I'd drink his blood and I'd wear that chain. That's how you pay honor to the animal.
Well, it's not like a 2 Chainz chain. It's like a chain like you tie something to a fence.
No, that's not how I envision this.
Oh, you thought it had bling around it?
Yeah, no, this thing is
Deer
sweet.
with 30K
Yeah.
chain on.
It says
I get
8 point
Yeah.
down here in
8 point.
diamonds.
Well, that would be his rap name.
That's kind of what I assume.
He probably had grills.
Yeah, I got these grills out of a deer up at 2 Chainz Hunt Club.
Yeah.
It's the shit.
2 Chainz Hunt Club.
This place is the best.
It is.
I would like to visit 2 Chainz Hunt Club.
It's the best. You got to wear its grill, man. You killed
right.
it. You took
That's
its
right.
life. You wear its
It
grill.
doesn't fit.
Put it in your mouth.
Put it in. Shut up.
I have a Halloween costume for that.
Do you guys have fake bling?
Oh, hell yes. Yeah, we got
Of
the
course.
grills and all. Oh,
I need some grills.
so
definitely.
we have like a side that's like we have a pimp and like a pimp side. So
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
so we have the chain.
Oh, that
and the
doesn't sound
cane.
PC enough for 2020.
Oh, pimp.
Yeah, that sounds.
Pimps are always pre-game.
Speaking of, have there ever been costumes that you've had to like take back this
Well-
season just because of kind of the climate?
So not this season, but in years past, we've had some things that have
Because it
Like-
gets to a point where you're like,
Sure.
this is no longer
yeah
PC.
like
Like, you
cultural appropriation or whatever.
So you got
got
to pull that out.
You got to pull some
Because
stuff.
Karen
Right.
shops at Spirit.
Yeah.
Sure, everybody does.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like
it's no fun.
one year we had like migrant worker. It was like a sombrero.
Yeah.
and a mustache. Like that's.
But you can literally sell that with just change the name,
right.
Yeah.
We could do this
And be like Fiesta guy,
right.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Or is
Juan
that
Valdez and
Right.
his coffee.
Sombrero
Yeah.
mustache guy.
So we do have some things that we have to be very careful of.
Sure,
You know,
I believe that.
But we always love an Indian. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Red
the
dot
But
second-
you
and
do
feather.
cowboys and no, that's
No?
not right.
No,
just
no.
feather.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just
like
feather?
the sexy,
Sexy.
Sexy
yeah.
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
not Ariel.
cowboy-
Pocahontas.
No.
Or what was the
Pocahontas.
bitch?
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Not Jasmine.
Yeah, you're going Pocahontas, not Jasmine.
Yeah. Well, first I went Little Mermaid. Wasn't that
Yeah,
Ariel?
Ariel's
Yeah,
Little
I was
Mermaid.
way off.
Way
Jasmine.
Dude,
She's
I went
underwater.
I
Yeah,
went to
the
Disney.
lobster.
I had to go to one of those like Disney Princess
Oh, yeah.
lunches.
You had to go?
Yes.
You were single. You weren't even married yet. Yeah, but you had to go. We're following.
Yeah, sure.
A table for one.
Exactly.
You were 22. This is.
I just like the burgers. Leave me alone.
This is not how I recall this.
They give you a great discount on a flight there, so I just figured.
But so I went to this Disney Princess breakfast with my 2 daughters, my wife, and my mother-in-law.
the second time,
So I'm literally the only dude. Yeah. I was like, you ladies are going to love this.
Yeah.
I got my frequent flyer mile card,
Punch
clip this
card.
thing. Yeah.
You've had chocolate chip pancakes before, but wait till you try them in the castle.
Yeah, with Mickey ears.
So
He gets up to the restaurant and there's a picture of him saying, "Stay away."
No entrance.
No entrance.
no VIP.
This guy's banned.
Ooh, Brendan, welcome. Now remember, you're not allowed to make it rain.
We've been waiting for your arrival, Mr. Brendan.
Yes. We have your Gaston chair over here.
Stop
Yeah.
rubbing the genie.
With your choice of Mousco tools.
So I go into this Disney
Ray's
Princess
regretting
breakfast.
sticking around.
Yeah, if he's
The
smart.
story gets good,
Right.
I think. So I go to this Disney Princess breakfast, and like they're bringing in all the princesses, and like I could not be more bored. I'm just like, this is the worst. I had to get up early in the morning, wait in a line to get in here, and now it's
Hungover.
just I was because again I was on a trip with like 5 women all crammed into like one hotel room, so I'm like quietly drinking over here in my bed at night, like I'm dying slowly. And we go to this breakfast in the morning, and they're bringing out the princesses, and they're like greeting everybody. And I'm like, this is brutal. And then Jasmine walks out. Fuck. This Disney princess was a flat out dime. And she had like the super short shirt and her stomach. I was just like, I love this woman. And I keep commenting about, I was like, I don't know, Jasmine seems pretty
open
cool.
careers at Disney.
Yeah.
They got to be hiring.
Yeah. So I just keep making comments about how much I enjoy Jasmine. I don't realize I'm being creepy. Maybe I was at this point. But Jasmine comes walking by, and my mother-in-law is like, my son-in-law would love a picture with you. And all this time, they're just taking pictures with little girls. And I'm like, oh, this is butt awkward. I was like, I didn't say that. And she's like, no, you really would. And she's like, I'll take a picture with you. And I'm like, okay, but I'm going to put my arm around you. This is going to get weird. And so, like, I have my arm around Jasmine, again, flat out dime. They take a picture of me, and then they give it. And my daughters loved that I was so excited about Jasmine. They didn't understand what was happening when I'm holding my math book over my pants.
Right. At the lower half of the picture.
Yeah, holding Jasmine. And so my daughters were like, this is your favorite picture. And they kept it on the fridge.
I remember that. I remember
For
seeing that on the
years.
fridge for years.
And it's me awkwardly, like, with Jasmine,
Yeah.
so embarrassed, but so excited.
Air quotes, new mommy.
Yeah.
But for years,
Don't you want your mom to be Jasmine Girls?
That would be cool.
She could show you the world.
Yeah, she'll bring her carpet with her. Yeah,
I can make that happen.
And a poo.
Yes, yes. Ray can make it happen.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be great.
That's hilarious. But for years,
It's only more
that
awkward in that Jasmine has dark hair and dark skin and dark features, and Brenda's married to a tall blonde. Like, yeah.
For
I'm
now.
not really thinking of you right now. I'm going the whole opposite direction.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking like a Middle Eastern vibe.
Right.
Thing. That'd be good.
Girls, we're going to recreate this for Halloween. This is my date for the evening.
Mom, put this dark wig on and get that self tanner going.
Yeah.
Which they have it, Spirit Halloween.
Oh yeah, we do.
We get some self tanner going. That'd be great.
You know they have a Jasmine outfit there.
Oh, hell to the yes.
Yeah. Now, if we could just get the Jasmine workout special going, because I don't know how this girl was ripped.
Oh.
It was ridiculous. It was bad though. For years, the girls would be like, "This is a picture of my dad and Jasmine." And they'd be like showing it to people. I'd be like, "This is awkward."
It's the most confused boner you've ever had.
Oh, surrounded by like just little kids enjoying the
Yeah.
princesses, and I'm over here like, "Ooh, yeah, I got 100 ones."
I'll have
Like
to
my mind
Where do
was
you work after this?
my mind was in a totally different place.
You get the spearmint rhino later? I'll catch up with you.
I'll be there.
I'll have to come to Brendan's defense, though. I did the same event with my girls.
Oh, thank God.
And the ladies they hired to
Gaston,
play
you make Gaston?
Yeah.
the ladies they hired to play those princesses, they're to a T. They are a dime. I mean,
No, they were perfect, but all
Hold
of them
on.
were just.
They're not gross, unattractive chicks that they get to play the princess.
Hi, I'm Snow White.
Right.
okay, wait.
A bunch of fives.
Snow White has a hook arm? I don't remember that.
Yeah. Karen got to him, so he got high fives.
There's Disney, and then there's like King's Dominion. There's a difference.
Everybody ages, kid. Leave me alone.
I don't remember Ariel smoking a stogie.
50s.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I'm the original Snow White. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still working.
No, you should have seen me in the 50s. I was a piece of ass.
Sleeping Beauty's 250 pounds? I don't remember that.
She's snoring.
She has sleep apnea?
You
Weird.
try sleeping for 50 years.
Sleeping Beauty's got sleep apnea.
Yeah. I don't remember the mask.
Oh, shit.
He's going to have to remove that mask before he kisses her. I know that.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you guys at Spirit of Halloween sell the apnea app or
You
side
gotta give
piece?
me a second because I'm trying to get myself back together.
Yeah.
Stop asking questions.
Honey, do you think this apnea princess outfit would fit?
Ray, if you can forward this to corporate,
Yeah.
Oh,
Next year
God.
it's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, episode 1, tell everybody.
Yeah.
Episode 2, act cool.
Right, never happened.
Never
Yeah.
happened.
One time I was
One
there
time.
one
That
time.
was a different Ray.
I went to this place. We had this pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Things got sideways. I
So
don't know.
spicy. All the princesses had apnea. It was a horror show. Can we have a deli?
Yeah, I was going to say
Yes, we
it's
need
deli
more.
time.
Yes, that's what we need. More alcohol.
It really is tough to do 2 in a row.
Oh, and speaking of
With the
princesses,
blend.
speaking of princesses
Oh.
and colors and everything,
The unicorn
deli.
farts beer.
Oh my God!
I think we'll split this. I won't hand out four full
hell
cans.
no.
Oh, we will.
Who has a cup I can reuse, or should I just get new fresh cups?
Mine's full of bourbon. Well, it's actually about out of bourbon.
But
the apnea is just on the horizon. I'm certain of that.
Just give me the can.
All right, what do we got here? We got the Duclaw. Did you pull it up, Stu?
Yeah, so
Unicorn farts. Right?
Sour Me Unicorn Farts. It's the 5.5 APV.
Watch me pour it out, because per the can, it has glitter in
Yeah,
it.
this beer is supposed to have
Glittered
edible
sour
glitter.
ale.
What's more Halloween?
Ale brewed with
Right.
fruity cereal and edible glitter.
Ooh, my turd's dressed up for Halloween.
Did you shake it?
So I mentioned this to
I don't
somebody.
see any glitter in
There's
that
no
beer.
glitter. I'm going to be at the fucking
I
bottom.
mentioned this to somebody earlier, and they said they had it, and it tasted like their opinion was it was Fruity
All right.
Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, I'm cautiously
That's
optimistic.
what I was told. Stu, you
Well,
got a
after-
cup, or you want me to pour you a fresh cup?
Chasing a spicy beer and a bourbon, I'm sure it's going to taste exactly like they think.
Just give me the can. I got nothing.
So what can you read? It's a 5.5. What do you got on
This
it?
glitter sour ale is brewed with fruity cereals, a trio of real fruits, and finished with sprinkle of natural mineral-based edible glitter. A collaboration between Duclaw Brewing and Diablo Donuts.
Holy shit!
I don't even know what Ely's face just was, but it turned a weird way.
was like,
Honestly,
whoa.
I couldn't even tell if that was good or bad. Your eyes just got real big, and you
he's
said,
like,
"Whoa!"
Fuck.
All right, the second sip is more tame.
If it's a sour beer, the
first
is
one's
always
kill
brutal.
you.
Yeah, sour beers upon initial taste are a little much.
Yeah, second one was way
They make
more
you do the
mellow.
whole.
Tastes like unicorn farts.
It's a little glandular.
Now I haven't had
Yeah.
a unicorn fart since the '80s, so
Oh my God. I got to drink this twice.
Yeah, it gets better apparently.
yeah.
Glitter sour ale.
All right, I've
How do
learned
you
it.
guys-
Fruity
hey, like,
Pebbles.
listen, how do you guys decide what you're going to drink?
Well, how do you decide what you're going to put in the aisles?
That's probably that involves science,
Right. That's,
Yeah,
Like they look at trends,
Right.
They figure out what's hot, what's not. They don't.
Yeah.
I literally walk in a store and go, "Haven't had it."
That's how we decide.
Yeah.
That's exactly how we decide. Like, we've been doing the deli for how many years now? 4.
4 years.
So that's a couple hundred beers
Once a week
Like
for
you can
4
only
years.
200.
Yeah.
The only beer we did one beer accidentally twice, but the only beer we've done multiple times you had today, which was
right.
every year I like to try the Atomic Pumpkin because as far as I'm concerned, they're not doing a better pumpkin beer. So let's just see if they're still doing it well. Because even like the Pump King was the big one for a
Yeah.
long time, and that got over the top, and it's like 10.5% alcohol. You end up, making an ass out of yourself. It's not good.
Sure.
So I like to slowly drink bourbons, spicy beers, sour beers. Yeah, you know what? Never mind.
All right.
It's all a nightmare.
I will say, like, the second taste, like the second time you put it in your mouth, it's pretty good.
Yeah. That's what she said.
I went to prom once.
This guy fits in.
He gets
Unlike it.
That was kind of funny. This beer is really interesting, though. The sour
So this was
goes
recommended.
away immediately after the second
I
sip.
told
Yeah.
you, it's crazy, isn't it?
Right.
This
was
recommended-
Like the second time you taste it, it's like, oh.
This was
this is not
recommended
bad.
by Billy, my buddy Billy from Huckleberry Tactical, that makes the custom
Oh.
Kydex holsters.
Nice.
just
He
out of
bu- he
curiosity-
bought
Hold
those.
on.
He's the man.
A man's man recommended we try unicorn farts.
He buys, dude. Every week he goes to beer places and sends me pictures of all these crazy wild beers that he's buying, and I was like, "Oh, this one sounds interesting. I got to try this one."
So I've had the can, but can you guys actually see the glitter in your cups?
Nah, but you see him in
No,
your
I
feces.
cannot.
No, I don't.
The
Tomorrow,
back end,
you
right?
take
The
a
back
big-
end. It's all good.
I'll send you a picture tomorrow. We'll check it out.
Appreciate that.
No, there is no visible glitter. Like even if I look in the underneath
Right at the
foam.
bottom of the can.
Yeah, I don't see it.
We need someone with a knife to cut it open.
We've been sold bullshit bill of goods.
I can do that.
I figured.
You're actually going to look for residue, like at the bottom, but just a bunch of guys with
It's
knives
good, yeah.
and booze.
What's killing me is the backside of the can has this whole yellow like warning label, and at the top of it, it's a donut and a wine glass. Because Duclaw, the brewery, and Diablo Donuts are
Nothing.
come together to put this one together.
The lack of glitter is disappointing.
That is very disappointing.
All right, well, Stu, you
Well,
already
Duclaw makes a really good beer.
They
Yeah.
do. They're pretty solid for the
Yeah.
most part. And this one's no exception. Like as far as a sour beer goes, not to bury the lead, but I mean it is pretty even keeled on the sour. They didn't go over the top.
This is a chick beer.
It is. It's definitely
Yeah.
got some of that. Like I don't know how many of these I'd want to put down, but I'm also not offended. I may as well just go first. So what I find interesting about it is there's this weird flavor, and I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it's reminiscent of cereal, the way it sits in your palate. It kind of hangs on for a little bit, and it has kind of a cereal vibe. And so that's what I think they're talking about with the Fruity Pebbles. So I kind of like that. The sour goes away very quickly. The first sip was sour. There's no more sour after that. It just becomes kind of this tang.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's okay. I don't want it to be overpowering sour, so I like that. There is a Fruity Pebble-esque vibe that I can't really identify as any one fruit. Somewhere between cherry and strawberry and disappointment. It's like right in there.
Yeah.
I'd say that I would give this a 3, and that's maybe that's because it's better than bad. You know what I mean? Like I like it, but
Better
I
than
can't-
average.
Yeah, but I can't. I would never seek it out. If it had enough glitter content that I literally crapped glitter,
Yeah.
it'd be a 4 for fun factor. But it doesn't have the fun factor. I expected more glitter.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3. I like it. It's kind of got a Fruity Pebble weird vibe. That's my score.
You want to go next, Ely? or me?
Sure. I agree with virtually everything you just said.
Nailed it.
It had me puckered up the first sip.
Yeah.
Second sip, it's way more mellow. That being said, coming from a guy that likes fruity beers, it's a little too fruity and tart for me.
There's something you can't. Can you identify the fruit?
No.
That's the weird thing about it.
Right.
It's some fake ass fruit.
Right. Like, I don't want to get... Like, I just don't want to have a pucker when I drink a beer, I guess. I could drink one and it's good. I'm right in the 3 range, I think.
Yeah,
because
it's better
It's
than
not
bad.
bad by any
right.
means.
Yeah.
But it's not something I'm going to drink several of. And the pucker factor brings it down a little bit.
Pucker factor is usually not like a positive.
Yeah.
When you put something, and go, hey, it's got a little pucker factor.
Yeah.
I know no one ever goes, I loved it because of the pucker factor.
So my take is, I love sours, and I don't mind a little tartness. And this started tart. As you guys talked about, it gets less and less. I was never a cereal guy. Even when I was, like, I wasn't eating Fruity Pebbles, so I don't know. Like, I can't compare and contrast that. Like, I don't know if that tastes like Fruity Pebbles. It tastes slightly fruity. I just don't know what fruit, as to what Brendan was saying.
Yeah. Because if you take the sour out of it, which makes you think citrus,
Yeah.
remove the sour, that's an unidentifiable fruit.
Yeah. Exactly what you said too. Like, it's not bad. Would I seek it out? No, I'm not gonna seek it out. But I'll give it a 3, and I would drink it if somebody handed it to me. But it's like what Ray was talking about the previous episode. Like, it's a 4-pack. It was probably like $12, $15. It's like, it's not really worth that. It's 5.5%. Like,
Yeah,
so
pay-
you're not getting any more bang for your buck. Like, just buy some regular beer. You know.
But I will say, if you do like a sour, this is good.
Yeah, this isn't bad
Yes.
for a sour. So I give it a 3.
Yeah. All right. Stu?
Straight up as it tastes, I'm going to give it 2.5, but I'm going to go 3 because their marketing that's what this whole thing
He loves
is.
his marketing.
I'm just saying, and one of the things we missed.
Ray's a listener enough to just laugh hysterically when you go, but the marketing.
Marketing.
Well,
Yeah.
we just discounted everything that says right here. Sparkles may settle, swirl, and gently invert before pouring. So we missed out on all the
Ain't
sparkles.
no sparkles, man. We looked at it.
I know, but I'm just saying. So they're playing everything off on the unicorn farts. But yes, I would say that the sour does fade as you drink it. I could have a couple of these, and it doesn't bite me like the last sour, which I really liked. I actually liked that last sour we did.
Which one did you? So that was in between the Crazy Rooster. That was the Runner Goza.
With the crazy what was that? Was that 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Well, we've had 3 sours in 4 weeks.
Right.
We're on a bit of a run.
The one with the little looks like a giraffe picture.
Oh, Uber-wise. The Uber from Fort Monroe.
Monroe.
The Das good.
The Das good.
I like that one, and it was a bite. This doesn't have quite that bite, but
this is more mellow on the Goza scale.
So I'm just going to give it a 3.
All right, so we've got 3s all around.
Across
Ray,
the board.
So I'm going to give it a 3 too. You know,
a 3 too.
no, like a 3.
Also,
Right. Here's the thing about this. You're right. I mean, like when you first take this, it really like bites you a little bit.
Yeah.
And the second one comes around, you're okay.
yeah.
I think it lost its carbonation fast.
Oh.
That's
also-
actually true.
I also want to knock it because it says there's edible glitter, and no one saw the edible glitter.
We've not
And
seen
we
any
cut
of
the
that
can
glitter.
up, and like
If
I'm
I
kinda
saw
disappointed in that.
glitter floating around, this
Yeah.
is a 4.
And we used all 4 cans?
no, we used 2 cans.
Oh, thank God. I have 2 of these.
yeah.
Oh.
Great.
Well,
You can share with your wife and anyone else.
Jasmine,
I do think this is a
Jasmine,
this
Jasmine wants
is
one.
Jasmine loves-
Jasmine's
loves
gonna love some
sparkles.
glitter.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Like this is
Not
definitely
Ariel.
a chick beer. However, 1 or 2 beers, like you might drink this once or twice, and I'm not going to go search it out.
Yeah,
But if you were at the Dew Claw brewery and they
Yeah.
had it, you'd be like, yeah, I'd have a unicorn fart because it is a 3. I mean, it's
It's
steady.
a 3. It's a steady, right?
Yeah.
It's a good one. However, Duclaw's got some for
Better
me, it's got
beers,
some
yeah.
better beers that I would have.
Don't they make the Sweet Baby Jesus that chocolate?
yeah,
beer? But
Man, that is
so
good.
Yeah, that is a fantastic beer.
Correct.
I agree.
Yeah, so like if you go there, you're not having unicorn fart, you're having Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. They're better with their dark beers, I guess.
Sure.
That's
I need
probably
Jesus.
where I stand.
sweet baby Java.
Sweet Baby Java.
no, they make a Sweet Baby Jesus.
No, they make a chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah, so that's
This is the chocolate peanut butter port. Yeah.
Oh, maybe they changed the name.
they maybe changed.
Wasn't
Wasn't
it
it a
Java?
sweet? Wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
There was Sweet Baby Jesus.
JC's out right now.
Have you looked at Untapped? Do you guys have Untapped?
Oh yeah, Untapped is great.
Yeah.
But we just do our own thing.
No,
here.
I don't.
We just drop deli awards, and our listeners know this is the final word.
The
This is
source
it.
for data, yeah.
Untapped has too many Karens throwing in bad scores. We just Sweet Baby Jesus. Yeah, I wasn't wrong. It existed at one time. They just PC'd it.
Yep.
Now it's Sweet Baby Java, which is offensive to coffee. Just saying.
Just looking at the website.
And I appreciate you, Stu.
Thank you, Brendan.
You do. See, are we using names again? I like that. We're actively trying to use names.
Is Sweet
now.
Baby Java a different
It might
beer?
be.
It could be because
It's
it has
gotta be a
coffee.
different beer.
It has coffee.
It's got to be different.
It says it's a 6.5. I mean, what you're looking at, Troy, I'm not sure, but I mean, from
I
the website,
Google Sweet Baby Jesus.
This
and
says
it
chocolate
comes
peanut
up.
butter porter with whole bean espresso.
So we were talking about.
Sweet Baby Jesus is a chocolate peanut butter porter without the coffee. So maybe you're looking at
That would be the difference.
Yeah.
The Java there. That makes sense.
I can't
But it's
find
still
the-
a J.
Can't find the Jesus.
I will say that the best peanut butter porter is the Isley. Have you guys have the
Local.
Isley Brewing.
Really?
Oh, Isley has. The,
I haven't had it.
Oh yeah,
I
so
haven't
they
had that, but I would
so
love
they
it.
do have a PBJ. They do their peanut butter porter with blueberry ale. They mix
Really?
it together.
Ooh.
Makes a PBJ.
What?
That sounds awesome.
And this
love
is
to
already
try that.
intriguing because the truth is nobody does a blueberry beer how I want it. Like
Oh,
every time
you should-
I try a
it-
blueberry
Isley-
beer,
oh.
I'm like, this isn't as good as I had hoped. Because blueberry beer sounds great. I love blueberries. But every time I get a blueberry beer, I'm disappointed. So this is a good one. But it's a porter, so it's a dark beer.
So it's a porter and an ale together. So they mix them.
The blueberries ale.
Ah, see, I like this.
So
All right,
they call it a
Isley has
PBJ.
that. Okay.
But here's the thing: you want to do it when you're there. so they mix it when
Yeah.
you're there.
I got you.
Yeah, so you got to
Oh,
go
so
to
it's like
Isley.
a half and half.
It's a
Where
half
is
and half.
that? Where's Isley?
Down
Scott's
at
Edition.
Scott's Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd I ask?
Where everything else is.
All the cool shit. Scott's
Yeah,
Edition.
so those guys do a good job.
Troy,
Cans, on the
you're
other
right,
hand,
though.
like they do their own cans, but
Yeah.
for some reason, if you have a microbrewery or like the craft breweries, the cans don't really last as long as like a New Belgium or or somebody else,
You mean like a crowler?
like
or
a crowler or
Yeah.
something like that. So they don't.
I think a crowler has like a 2-month shelf life tops.
Sure.
Is kind of where it nets out, and then after that you're hosed.
Yeah, like COVID time, I ordered like 12 6-packs of Isley. They came and delivered it. It was great at first, but then it just lost all of its goods.
Oh. That's
What do you-
that's disappointing.
Where's the other one?
It's over.
It's over.
What?
What game's over?
Didn't it start at 8?
One started.
No,
at
one
7.
started at 7.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that
You
Yeah.
like
early.
that,
Yeah,
Blanton's.
we've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
The,
You're right.
Entire
different
games
week.
have
What are you
come and
talking about?
gone.
Sorry,
So-
guys. Fourth wall football is happening on the back end.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
both games over?
So we were
No.
No.
So we were watching, or we were talking about Disney, and Troy, you sent something in the other day that actually cracked me up.
Dude,
Was
that
the-
was hilarious.
So everybody's familiar with. So is it WAP or WAP?
It's WAP.
Wop.
WAP.
WAP.
Oh yeah.
Because I just read it. This is like
Yeah.
the first
Some
time, like
wet ass pussy.
the first
Yeah.
time I saw memes. I was like,
WAP?
I remember saying meme to someone. He goes, "You talking about memes?" And I was like, "I don't think so." And the guy goes, "May May," and I was like, "All right, we don't know how to say it." And so WAP or WAP. I've been calling it WAP forever, but they did a Disney wet ass pussy.
No way.
Yes.
It is
Oh.
hilarious. It's all the Disney princesses getting buckets and mops, and it's
Really?
Troy sent this in. It's
Yes.
one of the funniest things
Oh,
I've ever
my
seen.
God.
Yes.
Is they spliced in all these scenes from Disney movies, and they did it too.
And it's not
wet ass pussy.
It's not like a PG version. Like it's the original version.
Yeah.
And
Are you playing it
is
over here?
hilarious.
So, not doing it right now. But
Yeah, I don't know how much we can
typically
play
I put
it.
it up there
Right.
on the TV for your screen, but we're not going to plug this in because these guys.
So
But I was
had-
just thinking about
right.
it.
So I
We'll
had
share it
no
on the
idea what
Facebook
this
page.
was, and so my 17-year-old daughter says, "Let's,
No.
let's
Oh,
play
no.
this in the car," and I'm like, "Okay."
Oh no!
But because you want to be cool, you're like,
Like,
okay,
I
there's
gotta
new
be-
music.
right.
so
I
you
wanna
absolutely.
listen to
you
the new
didn't
music.
accelerate to 120 and just careen into a
Just
tree.
I was like-
bridge abutment.
Yeah.
Just call it a night.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Jesus.
Sid,
Yeah.
what the hell is this? And she's just laughing.
jamming?
She's laughing like it's
Oh.
like that's the thing about being a single dad with some daughters. Like, thank God there's like
Yeah, there's a fine line between cool and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
girl, that's not appropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't like say that. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, like, thank God you can buy tampons and like toilet paper
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
You know, that's because it's where I am. So, but she said that this song played for me, and it's pretty crazy.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a crazy
it's-
song.
And it's
Especially
catchy.
for-
It's catchy,
Especially
It is.
for your
It is
daughter to
catchy.
play
Do you
it.
know this? Do you know the song?
I know of the song. I don't think I've ever
You haven't heard it?
No.
Oh,
I avoid all that shit like
Dude.
the plague.
You gotta
You
hear it.
gotta
It's-
hear it.
it's
Certain
an-
plagues
it's an
you wanna
earworm.
catch.
Like
I
it
have
gets in
to.
your it gets
You
in
need
your
some more
ear
bourbon,
hole
though.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah,
We'll play. We'll after the show. We'll play it and
Yeah,
we'll
because
play
if we
the
play
Disney
it
version.
now, it'll get cut off. But we'll show you the Disney version because the other version is truly hot. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, all right, that's kind of hot. You watch the Disney version, and you're very conflicted because it's Disney.
You can barely
princesses.
beat off to it.
Get a bucket and a mop.
No, what's
Did
funny
you
is
say
like
barely.
yeah, they cut, but like the Disney version, they cut to like a cat that's wet from like the Aristocrats or
Right,
something.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
God.
Like it's well done. Everyone
Nice.
should
Yeah.
check that out. We should put
They're like
that up
get a
on-
bucket and a mop, and it's Mickey with the magical mop and a bucket.
Like
Yeah,
Fan-
Anastasia.
Fantasia.
Yeah,
Fantasia,
yeah.
yeah. We
It's
should put
pretty
that
good.
on the Facebook
Yeah, we'll-
page.
we'll
the
put that on-
Disney
yeah.
Disney WAP.
Disney WAP.
It's a 3-minute video. You got to watch it.
Yeah,
It's
funny.
Is it in the Pallet House inbox?
It was. He sent
Yeah,
it to
I
me.
sent
He sent it to me a little bit ago, and I watched it, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like it was
So I
just
can watch it there later?
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes. It's too funny not to. And if you've spent any time with the song, that's the thing. I wish you'd heard the song first because then when you see it with Disney Princess,
Gotta watch the original first.
Yeah, it really throws you for a loop because it's It's the same. It's the same vibe of like when you meet Jasmine and go, "Oh no, these princesses just got like hot."
Jasmine got the wop.
Jasmine.
Hey, Burger King. What
Not
are you doing
after
over
I
there?
get her. Once I get to her, she'll be like, "Oh, we no longer need the puppet anymore." It's not as good.
He looks old as
He
fuck.
looks like the Crypt Keeper.
Right,
Yeah.
he looks so old, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is that Chris Berman?
Chris
Yeah.
Berman looks so old.
Like-
You could have just literally retrofitted Chris Berman and made the.
Oh,
made the
yeah,
Crypt Keeper.
absolutely.
You know, you just take off 100 pounds. Do a Chris Berman and then just take off 100 pounds.
I have a hatred for him that runs so deep.
Really?
Like every time he gets on television, and he says the four same things he says, and then whenever he does his throwbacks to a game, it's just him standing on the sideline. He never shows like the actual events. He's just showing himself at 25, and I'm like, we get it, dude. You've been there forever.
Right.
1979.
Yeah, I can't stand him in the when he does the home run derby because that's all he has.
Yep.
Back, back. And I'm like, oh man, he's having a stroke.
And then he says the fumbling, stumbling, rumbling. Like, okay, we get it.
So, Ray, you played baseball, right?
I did.
Did you ever get the chance to like participate in anything like high school, college, or home run type?
So the year before I started at Ferrum, they were in the Division III World Series.
Nice.
No shit.
Yeah.
So Ferrum's an interesting school, man,
Oh,
It's a small little
tell
school.
me about it.
because those dudes,
So
like that's a man school.
right. So
Do you know what I'm saying?
like two sports. Most of the time, the football guys were always playing. So you'd play some fall ball, and then the football guys would come in and they would take your spot. Yeah.
And then there was some place called like the Barn or something. Like, does that
Yes.
make so like
Makes me
every
kind of nauseous thinking
every
about
guy
it.
I know talks about the
hilarious.
barn.
The
What
barn.
exactly is the barn?
So
at
Ferrum College is in Franklin County. Franklin County sells more sugar per capita than any other county in the world.
It's the moonshine
the
capital.
moon-
of
Oh,
the
it's at
world.
the moonshine
Yeah,
capital.
moonshine.
Like so, it's so much
Really?
moonshine. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So if you wanted some good moonshine, Franklin County.
But so what is?
There's
what
a
is
great
the barn?
book
So
called The Wettest County in the World, and it's about Franklin County moonshining back
wow.
in the day. And they actually turned that book into a movie, Shia LaBeouf movie called Lawless. That's based on the wettest county in the world.
How many teeth did he have to knock out for that role?
He was kind of a weakling in that. Tom Hardy was a badass
Oh,
brother.
I've seen that. That
Yeah.
movie's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, that's a great movie.
Tom Hardy's always a badass.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Right.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh wait, I've seen that movie.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
movie's
yeah.
actually really
All right,
good.
so
Yeah.
the barn is this.
Yeah, what's the barn?
So the barn was right off of campus. It's like right in the middle of like the main drag before you get onto the campus, and it was a fucking barn.
Yeah, the
And you
stories I
show
hear, it
up.
sounds like a barn.
And it was actually a barn. Had rafters. You didn't climb up the rafters. You get in. It's a dirt floor.
Wow.
It was.
Is it a bar or is it a private establishment?
It's
Like
a private establishment. It's a bar. But it's a barn. But you go in there and you drink and you just get hammered. Nobody
but like
cares.
like private like underage people can get in or
Oh,
like
of course.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
so the stories I've
So
heard.
this is like some farmer's place that he lets people party at, or a bar,
It's
a public bar.
like a public bar.
oh, okay.
but
yeah.
it's pretty loose.
It's
Yeah, I
pretty
gotcha.
loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Franklin County, pretty loose. At
My
the time.
understanding of this barn is like people go there as freshmen and they're like got in a fight at a barn or got laid at the barn. Like it's always like
It's
some
always
crazy,
yeah, absolutely
but
crazy
so
stuff.
Ferrum
So the base,
College is like 4-to-1 guys to girls, right?
it was at the
so
time.
it creates like a
Some
real
pretty
ass-kicking
aggressive-
mentality.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
some pretty
The
aggressive.
exact opposite of Radford.
Yeah, so Radford at one time was 7-to-1 girls.
Right. So, but there's a road called Shooting Creek that goes right from Ferrum to Radford. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Goes through the mountains.
You know
it's
what?
like 1.5 lanes.
That explains why I know so much about Ferrum because there were all these motherfuckers that were showing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
would meet them and we'd be talking about
So we
the barn.
We had started the barn. You drive 45 minutes to like Radford, and you get laid because
The ratio would change
right, so-
dramatically.
oh yeah, so all the girls at Radford, because they're just starving.
No, they're absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't want to hear this shit.
So what position in baseball were you recruited
Doggy.
to play?
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
my bad. I thought we were talking about something else.
so I was an outfielder, but I caught in a bullpen.
Okay.
So like I caught Billy Wagner,
No
Oh,
way.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
Billy
wow.
Wagner was like a senior, and I was a freshman. I redshirted a freshman.
Dude, my-
called Billy Wagner.
my-
The first time I ever had to like restring a catcher's mitt.
Yeah, wore that
With
shit
Billy
out.
Wagner.
Yeah.
I was like scared to death.
My
Wow.
best,
Like-
my best friend from high school is Billy Wagner's personal assistant for like the last 25 years.
Right. So like he throws like 101, 102
Yeah.
miles an hour. You
He's
would
crazy.
think that it's not that big a deal for going from
Oh,
like
it's
95,
huge.
96.
Yeah.
I think
it
that's-
is like
Yeah.
it's scary fast.
It was one finger to
So you
10
can
broken
you can
fingers.
restring
Yeah.
a glove.
Oh yeah, I can reach.
Well, I
it.
got a glove. I think.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
restring on the side, dude.
When a ball makes a noise when it
Oh
moves,
yeah, yeah,
Right.
it's fucking scary.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
insane. Yeah.
That's usually called a bullet.
Man, that is awesome.
Right.
That is really cool.
That is exactly what it sounds like when it leaves his arm.
That's sketchy.
I can't imagine catching somebody who's throwing over 100 miles an hour. Like, I've been coaching Little League for years, and it's like every now and then you get a kid that can outthrow the other kids, and it's like it hits you in the palm, and you're just like, oh, shit.
shit.
And you're like, oh, you're 11. Like, I
Right.
can't imagine.
Yeah,
Like
you're gonna
65
be-
or
Yeah,
70
yeah.
miles an
You're
hour.
going to
Yeah.
be a
Right.
monster at 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when you like go from a high school catcher and then catching somebody that's 85, 90, maybe like 92, 93,
Yeah.
and then you get to these college and here's Billy
Full-grown
Wagner
men just,
and is just
Yeah.
like throwing aspirins at you.
yeah.
You're like,
Dude.
fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am out of my league.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I was scared of the ball in T-ball. I could only imagine the horror of that. I'd be like, ah!
Yeah, because
And it was on a tee.
I would imagine.
I was like, oh, God, it's right there.
Yeah, 'cause I would
It
imagine.
moved. It moved.
Right.
I would
Coach,
imagine
you see that? It wiggled. What's that mean?
I'm
Yeah.
going to wait till the wind dies down.
And I'm telling you, when you have an object going through the air that makes a noise, just like
Yeah.
breaking the wind,
Yeah.
that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Have you
know.
have you seen Brendan's Miata?
All right.
Pretty sick.
Right.
Pretty
It,
sick.
it goes by like this. Hey!
That's not how it goes by.
Cuts
It
through the
sounds
air.
just like
No,
it.
it's more
Yeah,
like
it
this.
does.
Hey! That's how it goes by.
No, it's more like, hey!
That's not how it works.
That's what the gay horse eats, right?
You remember that joke? That
Same
was-
thing. Same
that was
thing.
that old joke.
Hey.
Yeah, so you were catching him. I mean, Billy from 20 to probably 27 is throwing his ass as shit.
Yeah.
He
He's
played
like,
forever in the MLB, but yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
So, and then end up like hurting my arm and just like moving on.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Just-
being
You
a
hurt your arm,
collegiate-
and then they're like, we're done with you.
we're done.
Yeah.
Collegiate athlete, you got to be healthy all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be ready to rock and roll. you
Yeah.
know. So,
So you were playing baseball, obviously.
sure.
Was the specter of steroids...
With dreams of
Hold on, this...
running spirit of us. That's what his goal
Yeah.
was.
Right.
No, like, did the specter of steroids come up? Like, you were probably there in the 90s?
Yeah,
I'm guessing?
90s. Yep.
So, did you see guys who
Oh.
were like, I'm trying to get it to the next level? Like,
Absolutely.
did the... And I'm not trying to... I don't know how to ask this without, like, putting on Ferrum, but, like, were the coaches aware?
I think that there were some coaches that were aware. I mean, we all have heard like different kind of things that happen in like college sports where it comes to like drugs and alcohol and sexual abuse or whatever.
Yeah.
Coaches know.
Yeah.
Coaches,
I mean,
know, coaches know everything.
Coaches
Like
know.
I remember
Yeah.
my brother went to the Olympic Training Center for cycling, and he was
Oh, yeah.
there with like Lance Armstrong and all these guys, and he was like there. It was pretty obvious, like blood doping was kind of expected
Sure.
to get to the next level, and he had to make a decision like, do I really want to get involved in like this lifestyle to get to the next level, or do I just want to kind of ride it out for my teenage years and then go on
Right.
to a career? And he had to make a decision. And I've known guys who played college baseball in particular who were like, look, like the trainers are kind of like,
You need to
if
get
you want to
big.
get in the off season, you
Yeah.
should probably talk to my buddy, and then we'll meet back here after
Right.
the off season. And so they kind of pushed it off to a third party, but it was a common occurrence. Like if you want to get to the next level, you should probably do this. And I'm
Right.
guessing even at Ferrum there was some level
sure.
of understanding that that's
mean-
how you get to the next level.
I mean, we hate to say this thing, but size fucking matters,
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so when you're 5'7", 5'8", and you're 160 pounds, you're not going to play anywhere
Right.
other. You know, might play in college at a like the.
But if you're 220 stacked with muscle,
Right, like
Yeah.
if you're 6'1" or 6'2" and you're 220, you're going to play wherever the fuck you want, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and it doesn't matter. Like that, we look at it for all
And that
sports.
was the '90s because now it's 6'7",
Right.
6'6".
Yeah.
it's grown.
Soccer, hockey, football, baseball, basketball. No matter what, size matters.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So even in Division III, though, it's there.
oh yeah, it's there. I
Like-
mean, there's always that dream. There's always that, you know.
But Brendan, to your point, wouldn't you think that all? Because I always think of cycling, like they had it first and foremost and perfected it, and it went down to all the
Yeah,
other
because
sports.
it was a different kind of steroids. It was more about blood doping. It was
Right.
more about giving you endurance, and then that trickled into track and field.
Track and
And
field
then-
was, I think, was the very first where it started.
Whereas,
happening.
like,
yeah,
yeah, and then whereas like football was more like strength, bulk up, kill the dude in front of you, like the Lyle Alzados of the world.
I'm all for it. If you want to do that, I want to see the best product out there. So if you're willing to sacrifice yourself to that level, I'm okay with it. Like
I'm even willing to give it like in the off season, you could do whatever you want. Like if you just want to put on 20 pounds
yeah,
of
and
muscle,
then be
Yeah.
clean in the
yeah,
in the season.
Like that's
clean
a
in
good.
the season.
I think
Yeah.
that's the middle ground we should just allow it to get to.
Yeah.
Like you can't be doped up in the season, but you can dope your face.
see what I
off in
don't
the
agree with
off-season.
that argument is like we're gonna act like okay, let's say in your world you can do that, but then in reality, like during the season you're doping because you're getting injured and you're getting all sorts of
prescribed.
prescribed
Absolutely.
drugs. They're
Yeah, we're going to
taking care
shoot
of the
you
pain.
up. We're
Yep,
going to fix
exactly.
that
Yep,
ankle. We're
yep.
going to get this going.
Right,
I mean,
so you tear your rotator cuff,
Yeah.
and then so they're like, well, we need you because we got X amount of injuries.
Yeah.
We're
Yep.
going to put you with, shoot you with cortisone. I don't
Yeah.
know how many times I was shot with cortisone in my shoulder that said, you'll be all right.
Run back out
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
are you fucking kidding me?
yeah.
I-
dude,
I
that
believe
makes
it.
sense.
But that happens. you
Yeah.
know?
I believe it. It's just interesting to hear. I didn't mean to like
Oh, no.
peg it on any one university or anything like that, but I think
It doesn't matter if one. It's
Yeah, it's all the
it's
same.
It's
It's
everybody.
all-
It's everybody.
It's
I
just
had a-
different levels.
There's
of
Jerry
it.
Sandusky's everywhere.
that's not what we're talking about.
Oh, no?
Nope, absolutely not.
Okay.
I knew a
He
buddy.
was doing a different kind of doping.
Right.
we did a
Yeah. Like Jello pudding pop doping.
yeah,
Yeah.
how do I even follow that? I don't even know how to. What do I do?
You still sell those sweaters?
I knew a buddy who was at George Mason, and they only had a club football team, and the entire team.
was doping.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
like they were like, if we're going to compete on this level, we're going to compete on this level.
Yeah.
I was like, you're damn right. I wasn't mad at them. They won some games.
Yeah,
Covered the spread. Pretty excited about that. You know it's bad when you're betting on club sports.
that is bad.
So as soon as I got out of like Ferrum, I was coaching gymnastics. I told you that. So
Yeah, yeah.
I had some boys that actually made the national team. So I was on the national coaching staff.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
So I lived at the stayed some time at the training
Yeah, the
center in
Olympic
Colorado
Training
Springs.
Center,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Wow.
in Colorado
Yeah.
Springs. So we'd go there, and so you'd see these Olympians, and you'd see not only gymnasts but like wrestlers
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
swimmers. At the time at
Yeah.
the OTC in Colorado Springs, they just made this state of the art swimming pool.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd always think, how can these athletes continue to be this good?
Right.
yeah,
How can they continue to be
especially swimmers. Those motherfuckers are up at like 3 in the
my
morning,
God, like 2 a days or
yeah,
3 a
just
days.
training,
Just training. So you'd have to think there's some sort of like they're getting
Yeah,
an edge.
You can only
know?
eat so much broccoli and
Right.
like eat so well. Like
Right. So my guys were juniors, so they were like the junior Olympians. So they didn't ever train with the seniors. So when the seniors would come on, you would always see that like a huge difference between a 13 and 14-year-old than a 16 to an 18-year-old. Those guys were like beasts.
yeah.
Right.
Do you think there was something to it?
Maybe there was a little bit of natural like testosterone that the boys
for sure. create.
However, like
You
guys
saw
that
some
can,
jumps though that you were like,
you were like,
that's-
dude, like tearing phone books in half and stuff like that. Like not like trick like shit, but
Yeah.
like just like ripping shit in half.
yeah,
Just strength that
Just strength
doesn't
that
make
it's
sense.
not
Yeah.
like not natural.
yeah. Unfortunately, I think that is a part of the game.
Sure.
Part of the game because. Like I said, I mean, the buddies that I talked to, they were like, yeah, I have to make a decision. Either I'm going to focus on my degree or I'm going to focus on my body, and that involves a different
Well, how do you
level
think it's
of
going to
focus.
work when you're representing the country and you have the country's backing. Like, it's going to be like,
Well, we only want
we're going to give you the best.
of the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to provide you the best of the best.
Sure.
And
You just
if
can't
some-
get caught. That's on you.
Exactly.
Don't get caught.
Don't
Sure,
get
sure,
caught.
Yeah, don't get caught. Because God forbid you embarrass the country.
Yeah.
But also, God forbid you don't be better than the other countries.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Well-
it's a tough line to walk.
I mean, Lance Armstrong, he was the best of the best for years, and he didn't get caught.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? But then all of a sudden,
He was doping better.
he was doping better than everybody
He was the
else.
best doper
Yeah.
ever.
Right.
But did you go the other route where you have Phelps? Maybe he wasn't doping, but he's just getting high.
Oh, it's the same. Hey, you leave him alone. It's an American treasure. American treasure. But I always worry about, like, Usain Bolt. Like, he never got caught, and he retired, and he's like, I hold a special place. Like, I hope he never gets busted. I hope they never go back. But I'm also not naive enough to think that there might not have been something there.
Sure.
Something different. But I'm an Usain Bolt guy. He never
it's
got
his
caught.
height and his leg length.
Well, and he went to FSU. Go Knowles.
That's
And-
probably not it.
I mean, like, once we, like genetic breeding. I mean, like,
Oh, he's a stud.
Yeah.
right.
I
like,
mean,
so
he's
his mom and dad, like,
Yeah.
I mean, we have to think about that. Like, so
Yeah,
whoever
he's
Michael
perfect.
Phelps is going to marry, he's probably already decided, you know, what
Well,
kind
it's
of
like
genetics
they
are coming
did
He
the-
should marry a needle.
Right.
They did the special on him, and they basically broke down, like, if you could design a perfect swimmer, it would be his body type. Like,
Yeah, he is
long
about
torso,
Sure.
short legs, wide feet, like big arms, huge wingspan. Like, he was literally like designed to swim. So it's
But
like,
in your heart of heart, do you think that he was clean all the time?
I
You
don't
say
care.
hard on?
That's
in
what he
in your
said.
heart on, do you
Right.
think he was clean?
Do you? I mean, that's the thing. Do we really care if he was clean?
Well,
I
No,
don't. I mean, so-
because
I
he
don't.
didn't get caught. So
I
I'm
don't
like,
care either.
perfect. Move
I don't
on.
care.
Right, but
Like,
I mean, it's
I don't
the
think
same-
that I care if they do get caught. Like,
Yeah, so today you're talking about genetically engineering or the perfect specimen, but rewind 20 years ago. Oh, I'm going to hold my kid back one grade so that he's bigger, stronger, faster than the kids he's.
honestly,
playing
my
with.
parent, when I moved from Chicago to Arizona, they did make.
Hold
me
on,
do-
you lived in Chicago?
I did.
And Arizona?
I did.
Weird.
Thanks
Crazy.
for
Is
this,
thanks
are
for
y'all
asking.
just hearing this?
yeah, first time.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like to give little tidbits
Yeah,
about
yeah.
my life.
Bring
First
us
time
in.
caller.
I don't like
listener.
to. I don't like to put it out there live.
Yeah, I know you're real quiet about these things.
But when I moved, sorry, I'm having a hard time. So when I moved out there, though, they were like, "Look, he's going to be like a lot older than the other kids because the way he did it, we start later here."
How did you
So
do
they
it?
held me back, and then when I moved back to the East Coast, I was a year older than everybody,
Right.
and it worked in my advantage. Like I needed that maturity, I needed all those things. I felt like it did give me an advantage that I was a year older, and that's not shocking.
No.
You know?
I think if you play your kid in sports when he's the oldest, you're just making them suffer. Like, you need to put your kid in sports where he's the youngest.
Challenge
or
him.
she.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, fortunately, I wasn't.
They
I
need to
wasn't
get
doing
dominated.
sports. It was just like mentally, I was just too immature that it actually really worked in my favor. That I did have that extra
But
year under
isn't
my
it the
belt.
same thing they say about quarterbacks all the time? As they get older, as you play more, the game slows down for you.
Well, yeah,
You
that's
see
just
more,
getting
and
reps
you-
in.
Right, and you can't. But if you're older,
My
a
thing
year or
with
so-
Lance Armstrong was like, I don't think he was doing anything everyone else wasn't doing. So,
Right.
No,
like,
he wasn't. I don't
yeah.
blame him at all.
So
I don't
it's
blame
like,
him at all.
okay, yeah, you cheated.
As a guy,
As did everyone else. And by the way, cycling, look, Brent's a huge cycling fan. The knock on cycling is, and I learned this after the whole Lance Armstrong thing, was like, they have a team, and the team elects this guy is going
Is
to
gonna win. We're gonna do
so
everything
Like, the
or
whole
sacrifice.
team is there to sacrifice for the guy. I'm like, well, that takes away the whole point of the sport is get on your fucking bike and go
Yeah.
as fast as you can from point A to point B,
Right.
and the winner wins. But no,
that's not how it works.
that's not how it works.
There
It's
are
like,
times where the better dude actually has to prop up, like the
Yes.
veteran who
They're-
needs one
yeah.
more victory, and like that dude will hold back, even though he's right there.
That's
And then the
stupid.
next
Yeah.
year, when the dude retires,
That's
all
why
of a sudden
Americans.
he's the
That's
man.
why Americans hate cycling. That's exactly why.
I agree with that.
But the teams,
Americans
the teams
don't
weren't
like
always
that.
there, though.
No,
it was,
it's a
it
big.
wasn't the infancy of cycling. It wasn't like teams.
No, yeah, it's true. In the '60s, you would have less of a team approach, but as it like progressed, they did start to figure out that if you put a team around a guy,
That's not what
and let
America
him
does.
draft-
America wants to punch somebody in the face and throttle through them.
Yes,
and
you're
win.
absolutely right. It's
Right.
interesting about us and how we're that way, but you're right.
But it's cycling's always been doped up, at least since the '70s.
And I'm fine with that. My point is, I don't like the team thing. Like, I've watched enough Tour de France to be like,
Yeah, I forced you to watch it.
I know, but they're like, you're watching it and you're like, why are they going? They're literally barely pedaling. Oh, well, it's already been decided. So it's like, no, motherfuckers. Race from point A to point B every time. The end.
Yeah.
You'll see that occasionally in the tour where like a dude will break out and like win a stage, and then
And then they're pissed at him.
no, but then the team captain will be like, "Hey, veteran, this guy's got a 30-second lead. I think we're going to shift." But it's like it creates massive controversy when a guy breaks out and does that.
I think you should just give the whole team the win. I mean, if you're because they're
the team gets paid. If one of your members
that,
win, you get
you're
tremendous
drafting,
bonus.
you're saving energy, you're doing the whole 9 yards, and you shoot somebody out. But everybody should just be able to get acclaim to.
Yeah, I hear you.
I never hear about the team win.
It's all stupid. Cycling's stupid.
Inside the Pallet House, the best cycling podcast in the East Coast.
You've ever not wanted to hear.
Pineapple.
Yeah. It's Stu +5. He's back to even.
Is the +5 because he's bailing or because he was?
Of course.
Okay.
You just said the magic word. Hey, Ray, I do want to thank you again for coming back a second week in the middle of your busy season. I can't believe
I know, right?
Oh, yeah,
Totally
for
welcome.
sure.
Can't believe you pulled it off. You brought Blanton's.
Oh,
You were
And
literally.
that was a win because that was delicious.
That's the best gift we've received.
Seriously outkicked your coverage.
There's a bottle of Malort over there that came from Jay.
Ooh, have you had
Oh,
that? I
Ray
feel like
has
he
to
needs
have
that.
Can we not?
Should we do
close up
Malort
yet?
with Ray on?
we not
Yes, he
close
needs
up
a
yet?
Malort.
on
Would you
I'll
do it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know
I'm
how
not
bad
gonna
it is,
pass
right?
Up any kind of
Oh,
Okay.
hell yes.
All right. Well, we were gonna shut this down, but let's do a.
Nope, this
A
is
Malort
fine.
shot.
We'll do this.
What am I drinking?
This
Oh,
is a
Simpsons
wormwood liqueur. Wormwood
It's-
liqueur. Now
It's
here's
like
here's what's so great about
popular in
this liqueur.
Chicago.
So when Prohibition hit, Stu, it literally is full.
What's he doing? Like,
Oh, thank God.
God.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
like-
So look
Here, I'll
look,
do one with you,
Here's
so
the,
you don't have to do it by yourself.
Oh yeah, get that nose. Get that nose going.
The
Yeah, it
aroma.
smells
It does
great.
smell good.
It's a
Okay.
botanical.
So here's the beautiful thing about Malort. In the 1920s, we had something in America called Prohibition, right? Now, when Prohibition came around, Jepson's Malort was making this beautiful liqueur there in Chicago. And when Prohibition
You
happened,
might have heard of it.
when Prohibition happened, they actually went and they said, actually, we're a medicine. We're not a liquor. And when the people and the government tasted this, they actually said, nobody in their right mind would drink that shit. It has to be
my
a
God.
medicine.
seriously?
We are going
It's
to
awful.
allow this to pass through. During Prohibition, you could literally get this
Why do you have this?
because it's the best.
So-
Look behind you. There's a.
Brendan's from Chicago. He likes all things Chicago.
I love this stuff.
Tell him about the.
He went to a wedding where they had
Yeah.
it, and it's like a rite of passage more than anything. It's like something that like somebody has to drink when
Yeah,
they
it's a
show up.
challenge.
You're going
It's
to
a challenge.
You're
It's
going
like
just a rite of
you've heard
passage.
you've heard the bar that has like the mummified toe. That you
Oh,
can take,
yes,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
based.
yeah.
This is
This
our
is our
mummified toe. And I've had a couple dozens of these.
You have it displayed so wonderfully too.
Yeah, it's
over
just
there
hanging
upside
on the
down.
wall.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take the shot with you.
All right,
So
appreciate
all right,
that.
Ray's first to Halloween.
At least
Halloween.
it doesn't linger. It goes away pretty quick.
No,
yeah,
it
that's
does
what it's
not.
known for.
Yeah, that was.
Oh
a
yeah, make
joke.
sure you get it all the way down. Actually, it goes down easy. It's everything else.
Now breathe out, and how
It's
good
a
does it
liqueur.
taste when you exhale?
It's like
What
Blanc.
is-
It's like
It
Blanton's.
gets worse.
Hold on. Could you just
Just like Blanche.
could you describe
Yeah.
what you're tasting?
It's got a letter in it and everything.
Let's see.
How would you describe what you're tasting?
No.
So bad.
No,
How would
it's-
you describe it?
It is. It's like sour. There's like
Funky.
a
Yeah.
sour like a
It's like foot.
like it's spoiled. Is there
Yes.
some? It's like
Take a sip
does
of
that
that
need to be
beer.
refrigerated?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No
Take a sip of that
refrigerant.
beer.
right. Pasteurized or something.
Chase it with that beer.
Yeah,
Do
it doesn't.
something.
It won't
doesn't
help.
go away.
It won't help. Look, now your beer tastes like a foot.
Yeah, now the beer makes it worse. The beer makes it worse.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, isn't it?
How would you describe that flavor profile?
A
Well,
unique botanical.
so
Unique
there are
botanicals.
Someone from Halloween. I'm
So
expecting.
there are some special women at Radford.
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
I took a shot there across the chin.
You're
All
right.
three of
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Jepson's Malort
no,
is
the
the Radford of women.
Yeah. Exactly.
The fuck is that?
the Radford of women.
Where'd you meet your wife?
So
not there. I was smart enough.
That is like
I married a Radford girl.
it's like a dry shoe or something.
Yes! It
There
always
you go.
involves a foot. I don't know why, but it always
It's
involves a
so
foot.
bad.
That
Yep.
is-
That's
Is this
special.
a joke? Did you
No.
guys do this?
No.
Did I not do a good job?
No, you did a great job. You killed it. You crushed it.
I mean, it is a joke, but it's not.
I love the stuff. It's a
He
weird.
doesn't love it. He loves other people
He loves
drinking
other
it.
people.
So you can't buy that here. He has to
Thank God.
buy it and have it shipped to D.C. to his dad's place, and then he has to go pick it up
Ugh.
Yeah.
because they don't allow that shit in the Commonwealth because we know better.
Yeah.
Right.
That is
I have
some
to.
bad
I have to
stuff.
order like multiple bottles of Malort, and one bottle is something good for him, and I'm like, hey, thanks for the trouble.
just so you know, per their webpage, they have secured a long-term contract for a full-bodied flavor and source of the strongest and most unpalatable woodworm.
Unpalatable.
The
Why would,
best.
you, why would you order multiple bottles of that? First off,
Why
Right.
would you not have multiple bottles? See, I get in this argument all the time, and I'm like, you're wrong.
no, sir.
Yeah. Agree to disagree.
I just get to
I said good day. You got served.
Well, Ray, thank you for having some Malort and joining us.
Yeah.
God, you're
Ray
welcome.
brings us the most delicious blends, and we offer him Malort.
Yeah.
You
like
keep
that's
talking about-
I got a
literally
shoe.
that is literally like the greatest gift ever.
Yeah.
With
it's
the
like
work-
work
yeah.
boot heel.
It's a work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
It's like you took your
It's like
old
Gangs of New York.
Right. Yeah. All up in your schnoz.
that you like poured beer into and boiled and then cut the heel off and
Boiled shoe. That's basically
boiled
it.
work boot.
That's the best way to describe it is boiled shoe.
There's
Seven
expectations.
horse manure.
Yeah.
There's
I have hints.
expectations.
Yeah.
There's expectations for the podcast, and then there's reality.
Yes.
And somewhere in the middle between Blanton's and Malort
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
where we roll out.
Essentially.
we're definitely in the middle because
I'm never having that again.
No,
I
you
know, but
shouldn't.
now you're part of the tribe.
Everybody, everyone new that comes in here has to try it, though.
Yeah, if you come in here, you
Yeah.
have to have it.
What Brendan will tell you is it is a rite of passage, and it is the
That's right.
shot of shots. If you go to Chicago, anywhere, and if you walk in, we're from here. We've never been raised, lived in Chicago. We walk into a bar and we ask for a shot of Malort.
Actually, ask for
They're
a
gonna be
Chicago handshake, and what they will give you is a 16-ounce old style and a shot of Malort. And that's
Ugh.
any bar. Say, I'd like a Chicago handshake, and that's what they'll give you.
Sounds like a gay move.
Right.
Which it really is. Yeah.
Yeah, drinking that shit.
Then,
Yeah, right.
then color me gay because I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, we've already colored you that
Right.
Miata.
New guy works the glory hole.
I work for Malort.
So you pull up at the gay bar with your Miata, and you ask for a Chicago handshake, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
You're
Holes
good
in
to
the
go.
back. Get to work.
hey,
I've done worse for less.
yeah, you have.
Man,
Yeah.
It's a tasty treat.
This was a lot of fun, you guys.
we should.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
He just gave the worst side eye I've ever seen. He
Yeah.
was like, "No, I'm having a blast, like stepping on a fucking nail." Ray, thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
You
2
gotta
weeks in a
edit
row.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row, you got to experience the Inside the Pallet House podcast at its finest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if I'm hearing this correctly, November 1st, he'll be back to tell us all about what happened on Halloween.
Ooh.
At a minimum, I would like an update via email or
Yeah, he'll probably be
tweet.
working.
Maybe even the 8th. 8th is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it
I'll
won't be
definitely-
decided.
No, he's got to
15th.
let us know before the election.
Yeah, we can do that.
I can't let the cat out of the bag.
You could because we don't air the day of.
Yeah, we'll
that's
air.
true.
That's a good point.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
And I have a feeling this
Yeah,
election
if
is
you
not
let
going to
us
be over
know,
in the first
because
week.
we release on Friday, so if you let us know before Tuesday election, we can actually have it in there. We'll declare the
We'll
presidential
declare the winner.
before
Oh,
the 3rd.
yes.
Yeah.
You can be proven
All right,
Nice.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So it literally will not come out until later, so you're safe. You're safe.
All right.
You're
And we'll
Malort
test
safe.
It's a date.
Hey, thank you so much.
Not like
Everybody out there, if you're getting Halloween gear this year, please do us a favor. Support your local Spirit Halloween. They do have the best costumes. And you have an opportunity to donate some money, and 100% of the money you donate will go to a local children's hospital in your area. You can't beat that. You get to scare kids, and you get to heal kids. That's called a win-win.
Win-win.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance to send us topics or rate us, please do so. Reach out to us on InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, or you can always find us at ITPH Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And if you drop ITPH in the coupon code at Spirit Halloween, you get 50% off. That's not accurate.
That's not
Will
true
not
at all.
happen.
That's not going to happen.
A free bottle of Malort.
Right.
Yes. But do keep putting it in there. Maybe some web guy will be like, what is this?
Yeah,
I
let
guess.
us
Awesome.
know.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Boo.